Hello! Ah yes, it's cooking with the pyro juggler. Make your first turkey kind of with this as your guideline. And if you haven't made one before, this is a great way to start. And then evolve it over the years. When I first had never made a turkey before, what had happened was when I was a little kid, my mom worked at the Cal Neva. That's a place in Tahoe that was owned by the Rat Pack. I believe Frank Sinatra owned it. And when I was there, I got snowed in and was forced to kind of hang out in the kitchen at one point. And one of the people I hung out with was the chef, who briefly went over how to make a turkey. And we'll go over more of that later, but there's a few ways that you don't normally see, but I highly recommend. And that was the base of how I got all this done. This didn't just like, poof, there's the recipe. This is a constantly evolving thing. So, happy evolving. Okay, now I know that you're watching this, being very careful to get all your ingredients, in order before this. But I will tell you from experience, it is handy, not required, but handy, while you're cooking your turkey, to have someone actually at a market within phone's reach, so that if you run across something that you're like, oh, I want this obscure thing in my recipe, they can actually pick it up. Saves a trip. And actually have them basically camp out until you're finished mixing things. It's about a half an hour. Okay, you'll also notice that I'm wearing some clothing that is sort of cooking appropriate. It's not that I dressed up for this video or even really dressed down. What I did was I wore stuff that I knew I was going to get mayonnaise on. I knew I was going to get, stuff on and all that. Now, during the turkey portion, which will come later, oftentimes I do this completely naked. I actually strip down, and as it's slathered with mayonnaise and salt and everything else, I strip down naked, and there have been times when it's been just me and a bunch of naked folk in my kitchen, and putting the turkey into the bag, and then we sent that as a holiday card. Yes, Dad, that was for you, because we know how disturbed you were when you found out.
You're like, geez, Tom, I ate that turkey.
I know, it was awesome. So, okay, now I am here, and I am sitting down as opposed to standing up while doing all this slicing, and this is kind of saving my back. I'm kind of a geek about that. However, you'll also notice that in a lot of this recipe, there's not just one method of the same object. Like, there's both cranberry juice and cranberry sauce and dried cranberries in the recipe. The reason for that is different textures and different effects throughout the stuffing. This hasn't been something that I've just thrown together out of my head. It's been a guess and check, trial and error type of thing, and this is actually how it's evolved over the last 25 years or so that I've done this. Everything from me putting together a huge turkey when I was pretty much homeless, because it was the cheapest meat I had available because it was free that year, and then milking it like a kill for the next 6 months, to cooking for a giant number of my friends, depending on the year. That's the life of a juggler. But here we are, we're slicing the garlic. Now with the garlic, you use both minced garlic and you use fresh garlic. Now with the fresh garlic, what you want to do, you slice off both ends so that you've got, you don't have the ends there. You can put a slice down the center, and then you shuck it like a hunk of corn, really, except like garlic, really. And I'm doing this for, a lot of you know exactly how to do this, but I am doing this particular video under the assumption that people don't know how to cook. Alright, and once you've got this, very thinly slice your garlic, and you're going to use basically you're going to use 1 head of garlic in this particular recipe, and a couple of teaspoons or teaspoons of it's one of the usable types of garlic, but it's important that you also have some fresh stuff in there. so that this, nice, fresh, nutrient-filled stuff is going throughout your throughout your ingredients.
It's a very, very healthy thing, garlic.
Incredibly. I hand this narration to the microbiologist in the room for a second.
Fresh garlic is, what was the percentage? 1%?
1%.
1% as potent as penicillin. So you can actually use this to medicate yourself when you're sick. We actually were sick at the same time, and
disclaimer: this is not meant to.
This is not medical advice, but it is. But
not meant to cure, diagnose, or treat any disease.
Not meant to cure, diagnose, or treat any disease. Whatever.
That being said.
So we actually took. We had the same exact disease. Or not, we had a cold. We had a really gnarly cold. I got antibiotics. He took garlic because he's allergic to a number of antibiotics. And he got better quicker than I did. And you just take, 5 hectograms?
No. It was 5. It was 5 decograms.
Decograms.
It was 1 decagram per day. Actually.
A decagram per day, which is basically you smear like an entire chicken sandwich with fresh minced garlic, not cooked. When you cook garlic, it denatures some of the beneficial enzymes that are in garlic. That helps you not be sick. It is a natural antibacterial, antiviral, antiparasitic,
antifungal,
and antifungal. Yes, ladies, it is an antifungal. Ladies, all you gotta do. Okay, take one of these right here.
Tips from Dreamy.
Put a notch in the sides, like that, on all the corners. Stick a piece of dental floss into these notches. Tie it on there. Make sure it's long enough, like so long, and then just for a while.
Couple of days.
Like for half the day. Change it out every half day, and cures a yeast infection. Swear to God, it works really well. That's what most people that I know do, and it's amazing.
It's a great home remedy.
It's a great home remedy.
Again, not meant to diagnose, cure, or prevent any
Hey, it doesn't hurt to try.
Yeah, it's worst case scenario, you smell like garlic.
Right, I like garlic. I like the smell of garlic.
There you go. So anyways, we're back to cooking with your pyro juggler. So about a full head's worth of garlic.
It's about 5 cloves.
Sliced pretty damn thin, and that's one of the things that you put in the stuffing. Alright, so this is something I learned during a stint as a food worker a long time ago. When you're chopping something up, now this seems basic, but it is something that you would not know if, no one told you. You might be able to figure it out, but you might. Just coring the apple, not that big of a deal. But if you want something so there's a lot of chunks or slices in something like a stuffing, what you want to do is you get it so it's halved, so it's got a nice flat surface that you can put it on, and then you've got the option of slicing one direction. Very careful of your hands. These ceramic knives are freaking razor sharp. And then you go this way, effectively dicing your pieces. And it does it fast. I had to learn to do this fast because a long time ago I was, delivering Subway sandwiches. Not Subway, but sandwiches. It was actually J&J House of Subs. I hated them. But still, I gained knowledge. Anyway, so here it is. And that's how you dice your apple for about, like, at the max, that large of a chunk. And this is going to be rolling around in your stuffing. But it's going to be very cooked and delicious. Because there will be not only will there be apple, but there'll also be some citrus, some butter in there, some honey in there, all the stuff that you would normally have in a baked apple. So why not actually put an apple? Well, okay, you don't put citrus in there, but believe me, it's delicious. Okay, so one of the other things that is optional, sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't, gives it a little bit of a crunchy thing happening, going to, like, slightly in the stuffing, depending on how much.
Depending how thick you slice it.
Is celery, obviously. Doesn't take a whole lot for the whole batch, like maybe a couple of sticks at most. going to make a relatively large bird. Our bird is, what was it, 19 pounds?
19 pounds.
19 pounds. 19-pound bird. Last year, we actually made turkey 3 different times. And during that, we invited all sorts of people here. Now, keep in mind, I'm in a trailer. And we had over 20 people in this room.
So it is a big trailer.
It is a big trailer, but holy crap, 20 people in this room. Later we'll probably do the same shot from that angle while we've got people in here, and you'll kind of see what we're talking about. Celery, yes, celery. You know, you just add like maybe a couple sticks of celery into the batch for the stuffing as more texture more than anything. Works pretty good. And also just has this, you know, some crunchy celery just sitting around too. We're doing. Oh, last year we did 3 different birds. We did a turducken,
Wash those up.
which was somewhat pre-put together, which was tasty, but man, it just
That
wasn't
turducken wasn't that great.
wasn't as good
It was
as.
kind of greasy.
It's because you have a different standard of turkey. That's what it is.
Yeah, if I didn't know about your turkey, it probably would have been pretty amazing. It was that, what was it called, La Bourrachi or something? It's a prepackaged, pre-made turducken with a jalapeno cornbread stuffing. It was okay.
And she always wanted to try one, so
and we did. And that's why we call it a decadence party. You know, you bring the things that you always wanted to try,
now,
but didn't never have the opportunity.
Now we did that. It was a beautiful thing.
It was
tasty.
We can say that we ate a turducken.
But that many people fit into this room, and they piranha'd. I tell you, piranha'd the frickin' turducken. There was nothing left. So, like a week later, I made a Thanksgiving turkey. Invited all my friends over, but it was a larger turkey. It was a larger bird, and you know, we got all prepped to have our leftovers, and we're all stoked about it. And piranha'd, gone. Nothing left. So I made a third bird, third bird, and we made it, and then didn't tell anyone. So here we are. We're just peeling some clementines. Now clementines, not oranges, clementines. Although I suppose you could use oranges
or
whatever you want. One of these bags. You know, you get them in your local market.
Taste.
And they're tasty. They're tasty. Although it is kind of a mixed type of thing where sometimes you get a good batch of clementines, sometimes not so good. Test them before you stick them in your turkey. Because we've had it vary greatly. Everything from sweet to, we actually had a set of clementines that tasted like mint, which is really weird. Now you've got citrus that tastes like mint. Think about that. You have a citrus that tastes like toothpaste. I wonder if it still has the same effect when, you know, utilizing toothpaste. But okay, so we've peeled the clementine right there, and that is something that we're going to use for our turkey stuffing. See, we've got like a few of them here, 5 of them actually. Now I know this isn't 5. We're actually peeling some just for our own decadent consumption.
For the fondue fountain.
For the fondue, indeed. And, that's a good batch of clementine. And what you want to do is you want to have them peel off into their natural sections. But for the stuffing itself, I'd recommend actually at least 1 slice per side, or per section. So that way it's got a way for the juice to cook into it. And it sounds weird sticking citrus in your turkey, but believe me, it's awesome. Alright, here we go. Some chives, of course. Always good to have some chives in your stuffing. One of the reasons I paid so much attention to the stuffing itself, almost more than the bird, is because it's the stuffing on the inside of the bird that actually flavors the bird from the inside out. Now, there's different schools of thought on this, but man, I know from experience this does work. So if you get a chance, try it. What's going to happen? It's a bird.
I have known people that take the external turkey recipe and they stuff it with lemons.
Yes. Yeah,
Just
that's
lemons.
true.
I would actually recommend
There's a
clementines,
a lady I know that very successfully did a Weight Watchers type of thing. Lost all sorts of weight by eating giant amounts of turkey.
Except for instead of mayo on the turkey, they use Miracle Whip.
Yeah.
Probably Miracle Whip Light or something like that.
Right. And also, just for reference, we also have here a quarter cup of honey as well.
Well, we'll go over all of that when we mix it together.
Wow. Now, I realize that there are multiple ways of doing this, cutting an onion so that you don't cry. I'm just gonna take it like a man and cry. And but was it one whole onion for this, or was it
one whole medium onion?
One whole medium onion. Ooh,
it's a lot of onion.
That is oniony. Now
onions are great.
Yep. Now onions have the advantage of having multiple layers. So what you do is you utilize the multiple layers themselves. So there's already a cut going in that arc, and see, every time you make a cut, it's really several tiny cuts. So that's perfect. That's perfect. It's just every little bit of kitchen help you can get helps out with that. How about you?
Alright, now in the stuffing we also put cranberry sauce, whole berry. You want stuff with the whole berries in it. And it's like, what, a couple spoonfuls of it, I think? Yep. But one of the tricks to opening a cranberry, you ever see people struggling with cranberries? What you do is you take it, turn it upside down, take a nice stout knife like this one. This one knife I actually found in a truck, in the junkyard. When I say in a truck, I don't mean like on the seat. This was behind a tail light, wedged inside the bed of the truck, like in between the walls, and I went there and got it out, and it, de-rusted. It's a nice knife. It's a Winchester. But anyways, get a nice stout knife, and just put a hole in the bottom, just like that. We open the lid. Put something underneath of it because that hole will leak some sauce.
Look how quick that comes out. Just bloop.
Ta-da!
So, for the record, this particular stuffing brand, we're just using. By the way, the stuffing really doesn't matter as far. It's just breadcrumbs, basically, and some seasoning. I usually use a seasoned type stuffing, so I'm dealing with their seasons first. The Pepperidge Farm herb seasoned stuffing, and they say for a 20-pound bird, which we pretty much have, it takes one package. For the record, they're high. I stuff these birds until the ribs crack. There is reason for this, and I'll go over this in a minute as I'm stuffing the bird and making it my bitch, which is, by the way, one of the steps. But, yeah, more than one package, just so you know.
At least two.
At least two.
And depending on how big the bird is.
And depending on how voracious your guests are. And
ours are pretty voracious.
Ours are. Like, they have a rep for it.
Alright, we got all of our ingredients. And the kitty. Just got to be in the way. Right?
Yes. There's a magical point. It's either under your feet or under where your ass goes. I need to be there. Okay, so it appears that we don't have a big enough bowl to create as much stuffing as we've created the ingredients for. So I'm just sort of equally distributing it amongst the bowls. By the way, make sure you wash your hands, all that stuff, wash your counters.
Before and after.
Before and after. Because you are dealing with wet and raw poultry. Last thing you want is a punctuation for your meal is to everyone to vomit up the meal. I mean, granted, at a decadence party, it's very Roman, but still, not what you want. I'm throwing in the apples.
You know what I find interesting for this particular segment that we're doing is we always come across people who, they say, oh, you live in a trailer? Oh, that must be awful. I mean, where do you cook?
Holy crap, We have better meals in this
What do you do for
trailer
Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I know. It's honestly, this is a home.
We
It's a
got
home
this.
on wheels, but this
We
is
got
a
Fuzz
home.
over here cooking some more stuffing and some potatoes and all sorts of shit. I mean, we've got.
We're not suffering.
These are made. This is a home.
Yeah, we're not suffering.
It's not being a glutton for giant rooms, which is not really necessary. We've got good close friends. We can be up close, right? Right?
Yes. Okay, get out of my eyeball.
But we fit like 20 people in this trailer.
I know. They were pretty intimate though.
It was pretty intimate, but nobody complained. Right?
Exactly.
If you cannot have 20 people stuffed into your trailer.
Now, to put that in perspective, my grandmother had 6 kids, right? And I can remember Thanksgivings where, we had friends over and we had the family over, and it still wasn't 20 people. We fit 20 people in the living room of our trailer. Whoa.
Which is a pretty good living room. I recommend double opposing super slides in a trailer. All about it.
All about the double opposing
super slides.
super slides.
Super slides right here. It's amazing.
They love you.
And wood floors. Wood floors. Always wood floors.
We installed the wood floors.
Always put a wood floor in your trailer. I'm serious.
Especially if you live anywhere
laminate.
where there's earth.
Yes. It gets me. They put so much carpet in a trailer when trailers are meant to go camping.
Yeah, no,
Camping, where the dirt is.
If your trailer is in space, maybe a carpet.
Well, there's some people that kind of go faux camping, and it's like glamping. They go to a nice, clean, manicured RV park.
It's not the same.
No, you parked your secondary house on a secondary lot. That's what that is.
Okay, this is our tertiary house.
Right.
So there is a difference here. I mean, I love this place.
Yes.
This is home. I actually have another home, another trailer on wheels, that is my secondary house.
Yes, this is our primary house.
This isn't my home away from home. The other trailer is my home away from home. I bought this one back in 2007, I guess. No, wait, 2009. 2009.
No, was it 2009? Yeah, right about there. 2008, 2009.
And we decided that we were tired of paying rent.
And having roommates.
And having roommates that were less than considerate, so we...
Screw that, no roommates.
Yeah, just FYI, you know what, man? I had to give up a bed and a massage chair that I was attached to.
No, it was a massage table.
Massage table, excuse me.
No, the massage chair's right here.
Yeah. Which, by the way, in several ways, the massage chair is an upgrade from the massage table. Except that, granted, okay, I had more sex on the massage table. But still, the day is young.
The day is young.
Yeah.
It's an awesome massage chair, actually. I found this on Craigslist. It's like a $2,000 chair on Craigslist for $40, and there was a gold ring stuck inside of it.
There was. Now the tail that goes with that is definitely for mixed company, so they're not for mixed company, excuse me. So perhaps we'll save that for another separate bit. But let's just say that my girlfriend raised the bar. A lot.
Continuing. All right, so he's putting a couple handfuls of cranberries, dried cranberries. It's a very colorful looking stuffing.
Oh, yeah.
We got your citrus, we got apples, we got cranberries, rosemary.
Now, the dried stuff, the dried cranberries really do add some, like, nice texture.
Right, you don't want to use plump cranberries because then you're adding too much water.
Yeah, you'll be going through your stuffing and you occasionally get like a chewy, tasty bit morsel. Now that's what this is for. Granted.
We got honey.
Half in each, but a quarter cup, so.
Per bag.
Yeah.
There's one bag in each of these bowls. Honey.
God, it's like I'm smelting.
It does kind of look like you're smelting.
Now, as It took me a while to figure this one out. I like tasted it, and you get the savory thing going, but you need just enough sweet to kind of meld everything together, and it gets so hot and so juicy in there that.
And you cook the stuffing in the turkey. There's a lot of people that cook it outside the turkey, but the turkey...
That's almost sacrilege.
Yeah, we just stuff it with so much stuffing that it breaks the ribs.
Now, baby, you're a microbiologist. One of the arguments against cooking it inside the bird is that you can get microbes existing inside the bird. Your professional opinion. Well,
you cook the bird to 165 degrees.
Will that pretty much kill anything?
It kills it. Why would you eat a bird that was at a temperature where bacteria could still exist? So the stuffing should be fine.
So make sure that your bird is at least
Make sure it reaches temperature. You need one of these.
If it's still gobbling, you did it wrong.
Need one of these to make sure it reaches temperature. But yeah, the entire thing reaches temperature. Everything should be dead, or else you should not be even eating the turkey, let alone the stuffing.
Yeah. Now, I'll point out, I suffered for these onions. You have no idea. I remember earlier I said, no, I'm going to face it like a man and cut these onions with no protection on my eyes. Holy crap, it kicked my ass. But here it is. There it is. Good onions. This is really colorful, isn't it?
It is.
It's so colorful.
Which means it has a lot of vitamins. It all turns out kind of brown at the end, but it's...
Yeah. Last year we had one of our friends, Danny Lord, who's usually very, very vocal, come around, and normally it's the kid in class when you're a kid that always is saying something, and then he grew up that way too, like later on. And Danny came over, and it was the least I'd ever seen him talk at a public gathering. He came in the door, he sat down, and was like, oh, good turkey. Okay, that was the end of that brief conversation. Then good stuffing. Oh, massage chair. And that was all we heard for the whole night. That was it. He was gone.
Yeah, this massage chair is a whore.
It is.
It's such a whore. Everybody takes a turn in it.
It's a slut. And, everyone likes the slut, apparently. But
she is a whore, the girl that you adore. Not me. Not me. It's a song. It's a song.
Not about you.
Not about me.
We have a whole cranberry sauce.
Yes.
Bits.
Let's take the top off of it, really. Don't need the whole thing. I don't think.
No, but maybe amongst the two. Yeah, by the way, this isn't exact portions. Like, this whole thing is kind of to taste. You'll figure it out. You'll figure out where it is. But maybe
it's almost to smell, actually.
Yeah, make your first turkey kind of with this as your guideline. And if you haven't made one before, this is a great way to start. And that's there, and I need liquid.
There's the port, and...
There's the port and the cranberry.
Cranberry juice.
Now, something that I put on here just for my own self is I like at least a splash or two of some port wine to kind of give it a little bit of a bite. So about like there we go. Some cran raspberry. Again, you're looking for something with a little bit of bite. Now, the reason for this is, by the way, turkey has a hard time sucking in flavor sometimes. It's one of those meats that's a little bit resistant. It has great natural flavor, but if you're going to flavor the turkey itself, it's a little bit of a challenge to get it to absorb. So one of the reasons that we put it inside the bird in the first place is so that it is forced to sort of steam and ooze out into the bird, and it is basically like slapped into taking the flavor.
Especially if you put the port in it.
And
I find that port acts as a catalyst to bring the flavors into any poultry.
And it's true. It's true. And not just cranberry, but cran raspberry, like that little bit of bite as well into your bird. So this is the bird itself comes out not nearly as you'd think, but it comes out more of a subtle flavor of it's good stuff. But I mean, if you'll
don't forget the garlic, minced garlic.
That's true. But if you
Spoonfuls
look,
of that.
even just like, look at this mixture. Look how colorful this is. It's like everything under the rainbow.
It's gotta be loaded with vitamins here.
Yeah, it really is. But, yeah. Take my recipe, either follow it or don't, but don't be afraid to go somewhere with it. There's garlic, a couple spoons,
We're just throwing everything at it, really.
Really, yeah.
Almost.
We really did. But, you know, over the years, I did find different stuff that worked and didn't work. Lemon juice. We need lemon juice.
Lemon juice.
Where's the lemon? There's the lemon juice. Again, much like the port, it's kind of an inexact amount. A little bit of a bite. And this, I have to actually look up how much of this, because that you want to get right. You want to get the right amount of liquid.
Alright, so how much cranberry juice was it?
I ended up using 2 cups per package, so 4 cups. Alright.
5 per.
5 per. You, butter, you're coming with me. Hey, remember when I said earlier to make sure that your hands are nice and clean? Because you get up close and personal with this stuff. I mean, so there's lots of ways you can mix your stuffing, but honestly, this is probably just flat out the best, is to actually get dirty, get your hands in there, do some mixing the old-fashioned Neanderthal way. And there it is. There is how...
It's a really nice looking stuffing.
Give that a sniff.
Is he? Oh.
Was the rosemary a good call?
Yeah, I can really smell the port too.
Yeah. That's why it's got that little bit of a red tinge throughout the whole thing.
You smell that fuzz?
Come over here.
Oh, smell it.
Come here, sniff.
Smell it.
What do you think?
Awesome. Just general awesome. Between the onion and the port.
Yeah. Okay. 'Cause my nose is starting to get into it, because that'll happen as the cook after a while, is that you're exposed to a scent long enough that you can't smell it anymore. But we guessed and checked so many times with this particular type of stuffing. This is about where you want it. And like I said, when you stuff it, don't be shy about it. Make sure that bird is stuffed. Next one. See, you got the butter here, you got the cranberries. It's just, wow.
Just gotta get in there.
Get in there. Get in there and make it happen. So yeah, the stuffing here, what I'm making right now, this is possibly one of the most important parts of this entire recipe.
You know, I don't think they should call it stuffing if it's not stuffed in the bird.
Yeah.
It's breadcrumbs. It's a breadcrumb
no, I think
thing.
there actually is a distinction, like stuffing versus, what is it? Stuffing versus dressing.
Dressing. It's dressing if it's not in a bird. This is stuffing.
Yeah.
Hard-packed stuffing.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that you want to keep stuffing this bird until it can take no more.
Right, or you run out of space in your oven. You have to test, make sure you don't get a turkey that's too big for your oven. If your bird gets a third bigger, like it has to be at least a third smaller than the space in your oven, because when this thing gets stuffed, it gets stuffed. It is ridiculous.
It's food porn.
It's food porn.
This is food porn. All right.
Bow, chicka, bow, bow. Should we change the music to
you can do that
to some
later.
funk?
You can probably do that later in After Effects. I'd be almost disappointed if you didn't.
It's gonna be an orgy in here
All right.
later. Well,
turkey.
turkey.
Oh, turkey.
Okay, let's move the stuffing.
I recommend a fresh, never frozen turkey. It does seem to make an actual difference. All natural, all that sort of
Raised
stuff.
without hormones, contains 5% water, frozen fish. Gluten-free turkey.
this in. Stuff it. Don't do it lightly. Don't lightly pack the stuffing. No, I mean, when you stuff it, ideally, the way that I've been doing this, you hear ribs crack by the time this is done. This is currently a 19-pound bird. We'll weigh this at the end, see what this turns into.
So we stuffed this turkey with so much stuffing. We've got twice the amount of stuffing that's actually recommended for this bird, which, so they're stoned. We love to just pack it in there. So what I do is I take the extra skin and I sew it all together. It also helps a lot when we're slathering it with the outside preparations, because then it doesn't have the stuffing falling out everywhere. This is what happens when you stuff your bird. Ready for our slather.
Okay, here's where you gotta not be squeamish. Not that you, I mean, for this whole recipe, you gotta not be squeamish. But remember we said this was messy? This is where it gets messy with a capital mess. I mean, just opening the damn thing of mayo. Fresh thing of, by the way, olive oil, cracked pepper, mayo. It was a while to figure that one out. You take a splap. It's a technical term. You take some salt. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Rub them together. And you gotta not be shy about this.
You're really just moisturizing the turkey. Mayo is a skin moisturizer. It puts the mayo on its skin.
Remember this, next time you're laying out for the summer, mayo is a skin moisturizer.
Ugh. Pete's mesquite.
Do it, woman. Do it.
It's a very sweet smelling mesquite. We also, wait. We're not done. Not done with that side. I also have this. I got this at the Houston Hot Sauce Festival. It's awesome. Van Rolling Rubs and Seasoning Campfire Dust. Go to this website. It probably has a website. It's amazing. I love putting it on.
For the hard part.
Yes.
All
Into
right.
the bag, right?
Into the bag. Get the bag open.
All right.
Type it. I am messy.
Okay,
Dirty
I
boy.
got it.
Dirty boy.
Dirty. All right. So what do you want to do? Take this bag. It's going to be heavy. Put it on a chair that's covered up. Roll it in your finger so you really get a good frickin' grip on it. Get it in there as quickly as possible because it's quick. It's hard for him to. There we go.
Because it is slippery.
It is slippery.
All right. I went outside. I got some fresh rosemary. I'm putting that in here around the bird, both the top, the bottom, where I can, so that this particular very very nice flavor sort of permeates the bird. Okay. This started out...
Was 19 pounds.
Was 19 pounds, is now a 25-pound bird. So
Take your hand out of it. 26.
26. So, 7 pounds of stuffing. Because we went light. Now, this is important. You want to put it so that, okay, this would be, Buzz, get over here. If you look in here, see where the legs are positioned? This would be the way it is traditionally cooked, with the legs up, the wings up, and this nice exposed breast. Don't do it. Cook it instead, and this is important, like this,
down.
with the back exposed and the breast at the bottom. And this, what this does is all this mayonnaise, everything else liquefies and seals in. All these spices seal in, and on the bottom here, all the juices go into the breast. It goes into this bag and it circulates the juices throughout the entire thing, basting it the entire time with the spices, the juices, the mayonnaise, the everything else, and it is delicious.
That's mixing. All right, a couple of holes poked in that.
And I get cut a couple of holes in this puppy. Alright, so we just removed the plastic from it. Notice that
It's not an attractive looking bird.
it's not an attractive looking bird because it's not the way you're used to seeing it. This is what would normally be the bottom of the bird, which is the top. However, notice and be aware that when you cut into said bird, you're talking, this is some tender stuff.
Juicy.
Look at the juice coming out of that. Anyone want a sample?
Yes.
Who wants it?
Wait, no, you've been waiting longer.
No, I want to know.
Okay.
All right.
Yes. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I like, you eat like a morsel
So what do you guys
each,
think
and then
so
you just
far?
throw the rest away, and then you're a rich person.
It's terrible. No one should have
All
any
right.
of it.
We'll toss it. No.
All right. Do you want to take this, some stuffing? So you can see this is where I tied it up. You see, it's all tied up right
You have
here.
to dump it off like into the lake in front of the
That turkey's been dominated.
It has. See, there we go.
go.
Time to take the restraints off of her. In,
Say it again. Big hot what?
huh? Uh-oh.
Okay, tell us what's going on.
Oh, we're taking the stuffing out. Excavation. Oh, get in there. Oh, yeah. Oh,
There's so much. Oh,
get in there, Allie.
hot. It's hot inside the bird.
It's so sticky.
Ow, it's burning.
Sniffer again.
Woo.
That'll be an edit point.
What smells like turkey?
Yeah.
We're gonna flip the bird, everyone. Ready?
Okay.
Careful, it's hot. It's really hot.
All right. All right. All right. Holy crap! It looks like someone had an M80 and a turkey.
Splat.
All right.
I'm Daisy, and right now I am shamefully full of Thomas's meat.
Did you like it?
I liked every inch.
Every savory morsel.
Every little bit. There was a little bit left on my lower lip, and I just wiped it off.
Swallow it. I had to spit
Oh,
mine. I had
of course.
to spit.
That's shameful.
I had to spit. I mean, I
That's
can't.
wasteful,
I can
man.
never
That's
swallow.
wasteful.
I know. That's why I'm starving to death. I always have to spit.
I'll just sit here and play with this pussy.
He's playing with our pussy.
All right.
Your pussy is scary. Your pussy got teeth and claws.
Don't they all?
Vagina dentata. I hope not. Vagina's just got that much scarier.
Penis munching craze.
Scary about this.
Sing for us.
Means no penis for the rest of your days.
Down the way from the
It's
No.
the vagina dentata song.
Yes, the vagina, yes. Vagina dentata. Vagina dentata.
That's funny. Because, like, now I know two vagina dentata songs.
Yeah.
many vagina dentata songs are known in this room?
Well, now I know 2 vagina dentata songs, and I find that unacceptable. I need to rethink my friend baking process.
Oh god, I'm about to run out of batteries. That might be the last thing said.
I love you, assholes.
It is a decadence party. Of course, we're talking about vagina. It's one of the most decadent things in the world.